everybody, welcome to a new video on the Blactina YouTube channel. So I wanted to have this video because I feel like I need to do more video content. That's one of my New Year's resolutions, even though like we haven't been talking about resolutions. But yeah, and I wanted to do like accomplishments for Blactina and do a year in review, just because I feel like I needed it personally. And I wanted to keep everybody abreast of like what's been going on. So let's start some announcements on Blactina. Like, I know I'm all over the place, you guys. I'm trying to have everything streamlined. Still more Blactina Beauty products available, so go to blactinabeauty.us to make some purchases. With art, there's a few more pieces available in the Galleria, so check it out on the Blactina Galleria Instagram if you want to make some art purchases. So number one, the Haiti trip. Okay, when I went to Haiti, it was a really special, I really feel like it was one of those life-changing moments. As I sat on the top of the Citadel, there's another video somewhere around here, I will link it, where I was at the Citadel and I just felt like power. I felt power, and I feel like I know that Black people, we don't understand the power, the sheer power that we already have. Like, we can take our liberation, like, just take it. It's just there for you to take. That's just spiritually how I freaking felt. Like, I don't even know how to explain the feeling, you guys. I don't know how to explain it. Like, so it was phenomenal, definitely life-changing. I feel like Andre Christophe spoke to me and told me to fuck it up. So like, I really got a lot of energy from that trip, and I feel like I got a lot of purpose. Check it out. Check out the highlights on the Blactina Instagram page. So yeah, so, great trip. Definitely going back. Blactina Retreat. I really started to commit to the Blactina Retreat in 2020. Like I said, I was going to do a retreat. Like I knew I wanted to do a retreat, but I didn't really commit to it. And once I committed to it, I feel like it started to happen. And a week before we were supposed to, I think it was a week before people were supposed to start getting ready to travel, borders started shutting down, pandemic stuff started getting serious. And I think the borders were actually closed by the time we were supposed to have the Blactina Retreat. Like, the borders were literally closed. They couldn't come if they wanted to. So that was a sad thing. But the Blactina Retreat is still happening. It's still happening when the world opens up. And when it opens up, it's going to be better than ever. So email me if you want to be on the wait list. So, I also started making Blactina Insiders content. Even though we no longer have the Blactina Insiders program anymore, like, I learned a lot from that. Blactina's collaboration with We All Grow Latina. This was huge because, like, you guys, I have trauma from white people, like even white Latinx people, and I feel like Ana Flores like really opened my eyes to an option. Like, she wasn't the only one, but I feel like that really changed how I viewed white Latinas, and like why there was this disconnect. So now I understand why there's a disconnect, and I'm grateful for We All Grow Latina. And I know like that's me personally, but it was also important for Blactina to contribute to another business and like providing content, even though I was just hosting and, you know, pitching the ideas. Like, providing content for another company was like so big for Blactina. So go check it out on our website. All of our talks are linked to the We All Grow Latina YouTube or the Facebook. So it takes you straight to the recorded talk. So check it out. And I feel like I put on a lot of Afrolatinx people and they got bags out of it. And I'm really happy about that because I was able to do that. I was able to get paid, and I was able to get bags for other Afrolatinx people. And y'all know I'm always about the money. So that was really great. These are my notes. Oh, from my book, From Rizos Curls. This is supposed to be a gratitude journal, but this is like gratitude and Blactina accomplishments. So Blactina meetup. Blactina had a meetup. Now this is not in order, but Blactina had a meetup in February. And the meetup was a really emotional time for me, and I learned a lot. One of the lessons I learned was I gotta get out of this no currency exchange thing. Cause I was I can't keep on doing free stuff with no sponsors, So I really learned that was the lesson, and a lot of people were telling me, oh, your community doesn't have the money, to spend, and I just felt like it was wrong, and I was right about that, but I didn't know what to do about it. To me, it went horrible, but I learned a lot of lessons about how I was being perceived, which is really, really important, is how people perceive you. A lot of people, you don't think about it, you just think about what you're doing, but how do people receive what you're giving? So that was big. This is no in particular order, but just building relationships with Dominican nonprofits, Dominican small business owners, specifically women, small business owners in the Dominican Republic. That's a win for Blactina, just because, I know where the money needs to go, where I can support, finding potential talent to work with Blactina. That was pretty huge. And just creating a foundation in the Dominican Republic. Now Blactina is a little bit known, just a little bit, but it's enough that I have a community, and I know what the needs are, what the business needs are. So that's a big win for Blactina, because that's the reason that I even moved out of the States, is so I can learn these things. And now I know this is just for DR and just for Las Terrenas, and Cabarete is different. As y'all know, I lived in Cabarete first, and then I moved to this province, and I really, really like the north, and I feel like there's a lot of work I can do out here, so happy about that. I got my first apartment abroad. Now I'm in a villa, but the first apartment I had was super close to the beach. It was a little further away from the beach where I am now, but that was a really great first apartment, and that made me really feel secure and safe, and girl, you got this. We out here, we have a home. I have a home now, and now I have a 2-bedroom, story villa, and I'm in a bigger space, and I really like this space, and I feel safe and secure, and it's everything that I want. So that's huge, because I had a rocky start. I had a rocky middle. The start wasn't rocky. The start was fine, which I needed a easy start. And then I moved to the Samana province, and it was a little touch and go for a bit. And then I found this place after my first apartment. So this is really nice, because I feel like I learned so many things, and I could do this anywhere. I could move anywhere, and I could move to Greece. I know, it's easy. Once you did it once, you could do it again. So that's been great, knowing that I can just pick up and live wherever I want, whenever I want. Raise 10K for Blactina projects. That was so hard, you guys, to raise that money. And I wanted to raise so much more. But I raised that amount, and that's okay, and I'm still gonna make shit happen with it, period. So I'm gonna work on the Samana doc with that money. That's the money I invested to make the Samana documentary that I've been talking about for a little bit. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, I'm excited about that, and I'm gonna make it work with the resources I do have. So thank you so much to everybody who donated. And when the movie comes out, all y'all names are gonna be in the credits. So yeah, that's exciting. Started Blactina consultations. I started these consultations, I think, in February. And for the Blactina consultations, it's really just anything. You could just, it can be an ask me anything situation, or it can be I'm trying to visit the Dominican Republic. What steps do I need to take? I want to live abroad. What do I need to do? What did you do? Pick my brain, da 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 da. And what I've loved the most is the added value. Like, it feels so good. Consultations is one of my favorite parts about the business I run, and like, it's just so fun to add value, and people don't know, and a lot of like Afrolatinx people want to get into the film industry, so like giving them all of those tools and steps, it feels so freaking good. Yeah, if you want a consultation, the prices are gonna go up to $200 on January, but right now it's $150. Email Nidia@blactinamedia.com and say, I want a consultation, what exactly you're looking for. Maybe you just want to pick my brain for 2 hours, or maybe you want something really specific, you want to learn. I started the Supporting Survivor series. If you guys don't know, somebody in the community was sexually assaulted, and it just rippled through the entire like Afro-Latinx Caribbean community. So I wanted to hold space for survivors, because a lot of times we spend time talking about the rapist. We do not spend any time like dissecting, was this really rape, and you know, maybe it was a little bit of rape, and blah blah blah. And like, I really wanted to hold space for like, how can we hold space for these people who have been cast aside and ignored. So that was so healing and emotional, and I definitely want to do more, but as you guys know, I'm doing a million things all the time, so when it happens, it happens. But I definitely have plans, especially for how to get out of a domestic abuse situation, like how to pack up and leave, how to make a plan. So gonna be working on that in the new year. So I got to partner with Telemundo and Quibi. So that was R.I.P. Quibi. Rest in peace. I got to collaborate with Telemundo, and it looks like we'll be working on some new stuff in the future too. So I loved doing the Telemundo piece where I talked about Lourdes Guerrero, and I love talking to her. I want to work with her. I'm gonna put her back to work. So I'm super excited about whatever future that holds, because like, I have so many ideas for that, and I love seniors. I was raised, honestly, I spent most of my youth with older women and my grandparents and great-grandparents, so I just love being around them.
Meet Nidia Simone, aka Blactina, a filmmaker, content creator, writer, and producer who's on a mission to amplify Afro-Latinx and Caribbean voices.
I created Blactina not only to amplify the voices of Afro-Latinx and Caribbean people, but also to celebrate our cultura.
We have offer from white agencies. I didn't want to switch. Everything went well.
Was there like at that time, did you know of large pay disparities?
At the beginning, yes, but then my agent said to me, Lulu, I'm going to put you back in the market as with a white salary range. And I go, oh, Mrs. DeBoer, don't do that. My God, I'm gonna be out of a job. She said, no, I'm gonna put you $60 an hour. And I go, oh my God, I don't think I'm gonna get any job. She said, yes, you will. And sure enough, it didn't make any difference. And yeah, and then even in those days, that was a lot of money.
Oh my gosh. I started 2 other businesses. I started Blactina Beauty. Okay. You guys, so Blactina Beauty. This is the rosé oil. This is one of them. This is the rosé oil that doesn't have the flowers in it. Great for eczema, normal skin, acne-prone skin. The way I decided to do skin is just focus on melanated people, specifically Black people, African people, and just really the goal with Blactina Beauty is to master these just pain points that Black people have in the skincare industry. Hyperpigmentation, all of that, razor bumps, all of that. I'm focusing on Black skin and fixing Black skin. And it's really exciting, and I'm having such a good time. And people are really, they love it. They really love Blactina Beauty. So that's been really great. It's a little imposter syndrome, like, and it's a little scary when you feel like you have this responsibility. But I'm glad I did it, and I started this business because I couldn't, well, I wouldn't say I couldn't, we're not supposed to say we can't, but I was just having such a hard time raising money for these films and these TV projects, and I'm just like, I need another business, and I just need money. Like, I need to so I'm gonna funnel the money from Blactina Beauty into the Blactina Media projects, because I have to stay unbought, you guys. But the thing is, people don't want to give me money anyway, so it's not like I could be bought because they're not checking for me anyway. But it's cool, because it's gonna happen come hella high water. Blactina Galleria. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Like, Blactina Galleria just like fell into my lap, and I was honestly against it after. I was like, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? You don't need another business. You just started a business idea. I kept on saying, I feel so alive, because I'm like, I'm making immediate impact on locals ahora, like immediate impact. I'm changing, I don't want to curse too much, but I'm changing mofos' lives right now, changing freaking lives, like, you know, so that's pretty phenomenal. A little nervous about the responsibility of that too, but clearly what I'm doing is working, so I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing. And I have a really, really great initiative for February. So we're going to be talking about the Haitian Revolution and the players in the Haitian Revolution, and we're going to have new original art. New original art that has never been before seen. Well, most of the stuff has never been before seen, but like, it's like being created ahora. So like, really excited for that. But we're just gonna, you know, pay homage to a lot of the men and women and queer people who were involved in the Haitian Revolution. And yeah, I'm really excited about that. I know the paintings are gonna sell out like that. But I'm super excited because I'm gonna be able to pay the artists even more money. And I'm gonna, you know, do some new stuff with some of the new artists that I'm working with. And you guys are gonna hear their stories in Creole, in English, and Espanol. If you've been following Blactina, one of the lessons you should take is that even if you don't have experience, do it. Because most of the things that are working right now are the things I don't even have experience in. The movie stuff, people are like, who cares about your movies? Oh, you're making beauty? Okay. Oh, back to Blactina Beauty, like, this is Big Red. I made this for my aunt who recently passed, as y'all know, because I keep on talking about it. But this is for chronic pain. And I'm still developing the, what do you call it? The recipe. I keep on calling these recipes. I don't know. Oh, the product formulation. That's what I call it. I call them recipes because it's like the same energy I have cooking is the energy I have doing this. So like, I call them recipes, but they're not recipes. They're product formulations. With Blactina Beauty, jumping back to that, I'm working on a hyperpigmentation bundle. I'm gonna be working on some aftershave for the men. What else are we talking? What are we doing? Aftershave for the men. We have the rosé, potential exfoliant, and a cleanser. So the cleanser may take some time just because I'm very picky about, like, you know, cleansers, and everything has to be for sensitive skin and acne prone skin, and this for a very special skin. Because our skin is very, very especial. I started my speaking career. So this is the first year I started like really taking public speaking seriously, and I guess not seriously, but just really committing to it and seeing what happens, and it's been really amazing. So I have a few amazing freaking events lined up for 2021, and you guys are gonna be super excited because the Afrolatinos are gonna be, they're gonna hear us, because sometimes I really feel like they don't be hearing us. Like, we be screaming for the rooftops. they don't be hearing us. New partnerships. Oh my gosh, so many new partnerships coming with Blactina, and also learning how to navigate the media influencer world, the media world, as an artist, as a creator. With all that said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm super, I don't know if I want to say I'm excited about 2021, but I'm open to what 2021 has to offer for myself personally and for my businesses. I'm really excited to take that to the next level, still building the foundations. They're becoming pretty rock solid. I feel like I've solidified my place. Just like growing a little bit, just growing. And I'm grateful. It's been hard. It's been a very difficult year for myself and my family. But my business has grown. I am grateful for that. Future, look out for, like we talked about, a wait list for Blactina Retreat. Email me if you want to be on that list. Blactina consultations, email me if you want a consultation. Go to blactinabeauty.us to find, the products that are still available. Once they sell out, they're sold out until maybe February for the United States, and I'll be selling products locally in the Dominican Republic. Art stuff, go to Blactina Galleria on Instagram and check out the rest of the art stuff. You can make purchases for the rest of that art. And just stay tuned for everything I got going on, and for future partnerships, future projects, for the documentaries, for all of that stuff. Like, stay tuned and follow us on Instagram.